Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Friday, December 1st. And we have a pretty busy upcoming 5 days with our conditions turning from fall to nearly midwinter type conditions. We'll see high temperatures in the 40s, even a few days into the 50s over the weekend into Monday. And then we expect showers to move in Monday with about a quarter to a half inch of rain or so. And then colder 30s as we see Tuesday's temperatures start out in the mid to upper 40s. They'll fall all afternoon. And then by Tuesday night, we could see some snow showers arrive with plenty of flurries and snow showers across the area, especially lake effect areas, as we see temperatures only in the 20s by the end of the week. Now, while we don't see any big synoptic storms, we will certainly see plenty of lake effect and lake enhanced snows as a big trough will develop across the Great Lakes Midwest, and that's going to pivot some upper waves across the area and some clipper systems. And I think most areas by next weekend should have at least some snow on the ground. And again, if you live in the snow belt areas, you can see quite a bit of snow here over the next several weeks. As far as the climate normals for today, a normal high is 38, the normal low is 23, with a record of 64 back in 1970 and a record low of 4 10 years ago at 2007. Yesterday we had a high of 45 and a low of 30 with 5/100ths of an inch of precipitation, and again, no snowfall or on the ground, but we certainly have some more snow coming this way. Again, no big snowstorms per se, but it's going to accumulate quite a bit here over the next couple of weeks, a little bit at a time. No precipitation since midnight across the area, and current temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s. The cold spot at that low elevation at Newego down to 24 degrees this morning. And last Sunday or Saturday, we issued a forecast for this past week's work week precipitation amounts, and you can see I forecasted about a tenth to possibly a quarter of an inch. We knew we'd probably be closer to 1/10 of an inch, and we ended up at 8/100ths of an inch, so a little bit shy of my forecast area range. But all the big idea was that we would expect some rain, especially for Thursday, but we weren't expecting a whole lot of precipitation. And as far as the next map goes, this is a snow cover right now, and we'll put this previous week and the current week up throughout the winter beginning now every Friday, and you'll see this area by next week. So look at the area here and into Michigan, basically a trace to 2 inch amounts, with most of the area not seeing any snowfall on the ground, but we're going to see a lot more accumulate in the snow belt areas across the Great Lakes here over the next week as that cold air comes in with a lot of upper waves and clipper systems moving into the area. On the weather map this morning, high pressure system will dominate, and we'll see a pretty zonal flat pattern here, at least for the next 4 or 5 days, and that's going to allow those warm temperatures and lots of sunshine through the weekend. And by tomorrow, again, a weak cold front will be moving through the area, and again, not any precipitation expected. Most of it will remain north into Canada. And then finally by Sunday, we see the system that's going to change everything as that moves off to the east-northeast, and eventually Arctic high pressure system is going to build in behind us, and that's going to help dig out a big trough across the Great Lakes and Midwest, and that's going to pinwheel some systems around, giving us that snow. Now you can see on for late Sunday night into Monday, there is a wedge where it could be a mixed precipitation, but I think for much of the MAC area off to the south, it'll be mainly rain for Sunday night through Monday night, maybe even early Tuesday, before we see those temperatures fall Tuesday, and then snow showers around that system begin to develop. Now, over the next 5 days, you can see plenty of precipitation, especially across the Northland. A lot of this eventually will become heavy lake effect snow across northwestern lower Michigan. And again, we could see some pretty good snow as well down southwest lower Michigan and offshore, near shore from Lake Huron as well. Again, most areas will see at least a quarter to a half inch and more as we go further to the northwest, closer to that system. As far as the forecasted snow amounts over the next 10 days, you can see most of the area expected to pick up at least a couple of inches of snow, 1 to 2 inches, and some areas could pick up quite a bit more, and you can see the lake effect snow across northwest lower Michigan, the eastern UP, and back towards the western UP. Lots of snowfall expected. And could be a very changeable pattern here as we go from one pattern into another. Sometimes the models have a difficult time seeing any synoptic systems until we get closer to those events. As far as the next map, you can see the forecast. Definitely a nice weekend coming up with at least upper 40s to low 50s, I think. And then we'll see some pretty good chances of rain as we get into Sunday night into very early Tuesday. and then at least snow flurries and snow showers across much of the area as we get towards the middle of next week. And again, by the time we get into late next week, it's going to feel a lot like winter with at least a little bit of snow on the ground. Temperatures only in the 20s for highs and lows down into the teens. As far as the extended outlook, you can see colder than normal conditions. No apparent significant storms expected across that area, but again, that can change. But certainly across the northern tier into the Great Lakes, into the Northeast, I think a decent chance of picking up at least some accumulating snow during that period. As far as weather watch out there, nothing going on per se, just a little bit of fog advisories across southern Ohio into Kentucky. And starting next week, many of the ski areas across Michigan will either have natural snow or they'll be able to make a lot of man-made snow. It looks like a great ski period coming up right on through the holidays, with lots of cold air going to hang around. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, a great weekend, and 73s to all.